we would argue that it makes no sense to invest in Russia at all, i.e. it's uninvestable from a legal perspective, because here in the U.S. we have to worry about the Office of, the OFAC restrictions. But more importantly, let's talk about fundamentally. And, I've been looking at Russia for many, many years, and if one goes back to the Yeltsin era before Putin even came in, and, we keep hearing that, perhaps when Putin's gone, it's time to lean into Russia. But with all due respect, I don't think any of us have any idea what post-Putin Russia looks like. And that reminds me of, the Yeltsin era, when Yeltsin used to go to the hospital, we'd get a phone call, and we had to figure out which hospital he was in, because he was either drunk and recovering in one, or he'd had a heart attack and he was in the other. The heart attack was, gosh, what's behind Yeltsin? So Russia is uninvestable, but let's talk about Ukraine. I think the longer that the war has gone on, the more support that Ukraine has received, the higher haircut that investors could expect. So whereas people thought maybe 20, 30% haircut a year ago, I always argued it looked more like Poland and Bulgaria, 93, 94 with 50% haircuts. But I think one has to prepare for something extraordinary like we saw in Iraq, which was an 85% NPV debt reduction.
But we are far away from any sort of resolution or any sort of end to that conflict, and at the point where we can talk about reconstruction and infrastructure bonds, etc. Does it feel, Robert, that this Russia-Ukraine conflict is entering an altogether new, dangerous phase? The geopolitics matter to inflation, and how problematic could that be for emerging markets in terms of the spillover?
Look, this isn't just about spillover for emerging markets. This is about spillover for not only global markets, but for global geopolitics. And I think, one thing we all have to recognize is the world that we understood in February of 2022 is now over. We're not going back to that. We're going forward to something else. And of course, the Russia-Ukraine conflict will be, pivotal in that evolution. But we're not going back to the old world at all. So that has implications for G7 markets, it has implications for emerging markets. But again, this issue and all issues tend to have winners and losers, right? So are you an importer of energy? Are you an exporter of energy? Or are you an importer of food? Are you an exporter of food? So again, it's really hard to just label any issue and say it has X impact to emerging markets. We have to look at it case by case.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.